Hey, how's it going, YouTube? I'm back in the video, and today I'm going to talk about how I think the Dallas Mavericks will beat the Los Angeles Clippers in the first round of the NBA playoffs. Now, what I'm going to get into in this video is pretty much reasons why I think that the Dallas Mavericks actually have a better chance of winning this series than a lot of people are giving them credit for. And obviously, if this does happen, this would be a huge upset in the NBA playoffs and very early on, because the Clippers, in many people's eyes, are the second most or the most favored team out in the Western Conference to make the NBA Finals, and there are a lot of people's NBA Finals favorites to win it all. So this would be a ginormous upset because, I mean, although Dallas is a very good team, they're still not considered the super teams of the NBA like the Brooklyn Nets, Lakers, and Clippers. They're not on that level right now as those teams are, at least not in a lot of people's eyes. But in this video, I'm getting to why I think Dallas actually should beat the Clippers in the first round. So if you do like the video at any point, hit the like button and the subscribe button. That would mean the absolute world to me. And also, I mean, it doesn't take long. Just, scroll down. You can still hear my voice. Just scroll down. If it's red, click it. Boom. If it's gray, don't touch it. Do not touch it if it's gray. Only if it's red, hit the subscribe button, okay? And to hit the subscribe button, that would just mean the absolute world to me. But now that I got all that out of the way, let's get right into this video. Alright, so the first reason for this video is going to be that they may have the best player in the entire series. And that is saying a lot, as I am not fully convinced that Kawhi Leonard is better than Luka Doncic at this point right now in the playoffs. Because Luka Doncic, definitely last game, was the best player. And if you have the best player in a series, you always have a chance to win. That's kind of what the LeBron James effect is. LeBron was always the best player in every series he's ever been in, and at least 99.9% of the series he's ever been in. And well, that's why his teams always had a chance to make the finals and make the finals a lot. So when you have the best player in a series, you always at least have a chance of winning any game in that series and even winning the whole series. And it also gives the entire team confidence and is going to help them follow their leader in Luka Doncic much better if they do believe he is the best player. And like I said, he already showed that he thinks he's probably the best player, because in their first game, he put up a 31 point, 10 rebound, and 11 assist night, which is a triple-double on a 5 of 11 three-point shooting. And three-point shooting is something he struggled with, but he looks like he's turning it up even more in the playoffs, and because 5 for 11 is not bad at all from the three-point line, and he showed that he can be dominant on both ends in the last game. And if he can keep this play up, he gives his team a chance to win every single night. And if he is legitimately better than Kawhi Leonard, well, then that could be a huge confidence boost for the Dallas Mavericks and a huge downgrade of confidence for the Los Angeles Clippers. Because once you don't have the best player anymore, then you can start thinking to yourself, well, what do we do? We don't have the best player. They might have more talent than us, all that, and your confidence is going to get lower and lower. And in basketball, confidence is a huge factor for success. So if Dallas Mavericks can get confidence throughout that is huge for the Dallas Mavericks. And like I said, anytime you have the best player, you always have a chance of winning any given game of any given series. Okay, and now for my second reason for this video is going to be that Dallas may just simply have the better team as well. Because although their main duo of Kawhi and Paul George versus Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis, yes, the Clippers have probably the better duo in the series, I do not think they have the better all-around team, and the gap between both duos is nowhere near enough for that alone to be good enough to win a series off of. They're going to need their role players to also play well, and right now I think Dallas has the better role players. As I mean, if you look at both rosters from top to bottom, if you only look at the role players, they are very even, if not leaning into a little bit of the side of the Dallas Mavericks. As I mean, look at it. At the center position, you have Ivica Zubac versus Maxi Kleber, and them two pretty much even each other out. And so far, Kleber has been the better player this series, but overall, skill-wise and career-wise, they kind of even each other out. But then also, the Dallas Mavericks have people like Tim Hardaway Jr., Dorian Finney-Smith, and they're both better than Patrick Beverley and Marcus Morris. And then especially offensively, they are better than both of those players. I mean, they're much better. Now, although Dorian Finney-Smith has had a kind of rough series so far, he has still played pretty well defensively, and he's been a very solid starter, even if he hasn't been providing the offense. And Luka Doncic and Kristaps and Tim Hardaway have all been more than helpful in boosting the offensive lack that Dorian Finney-Smith has lacked so far in this series. And then also you can look at the bench, as I mean, Josh Richardson and Jalen Brunson are better than anyone on the Los Angeles Clippers bench, and maybe even better than Patrick Beverley and some of the starters on the Los Angeles Clippers team. So the problem with the Clippers is that they're fully fully relying on trying to win this series with just Paul George and Kawhi, and their role players are not playing as good as they should, and that is really hurting them right now, and they're down 2-0. And I was going to make this video even when it was 1-0, even if it would have been 1-1. I was going to make this video regardless, but now that it's 2-0 and they completely stole home court from the Clippers, it is looking more and more likely that I will be correct, and Dallas will end up beating the Los Angeles Clippers, and no telling what the repercussions would be if they do end up beating the Clippers, as if they do, there's a good chance Kawhi will leave in free agency, Paul George will probably ask for a trade, and the Clippers will completely bust up as we know them right now. And now my third and final reason is going to be that Luka is very hungry to win this series. I mean, we all remember what happened last year when Marcus Morris had some, well, choice words for Luka Doncic, and if you don't remember them, they go on the line of bitch-ass white boy, if that might be what he said. So, I mean, Luka definitely remembers that and wants to win this series very, very bad. And plus, he lost this series last year, and it was a very good series, and he got disrespected, and words were exchanged. So you know Luka Doncic is coming out playing hard, and we've seen it through the first two games. Luka really wants to win this series, and I think for sure that extra motivation is going to help him play even better than he already is and has already been playing. But unfortunately, guys, that's going to be your first video. So comment below, do you agree with me? Do you think that the Dallas will beat the Clippers? I want to hear all your thoughts in the comment section below. And like I said, if you did like the video, hit the like button and subscribe button. It would mean the absolute world to me. And hope you have a blessed day. Can I have a blessed day? So I had a blessed day. So I said that wrong. But anyway, all glory to God. See you in the next video. Goodbye. Boo. Blah.